I don't buy new cars, I don't buy brand names, I go to Goodwill for my clothes. I like to save money, I like to find bargains, it's the life I chose. I throw nothing away, I'll find a use another day for all this junk I keep. My neighbors all hate me, they abuse and berate me, 'cause I like doing it cheap. Yeah, I like doing it cheap. Welcome to another episode of Doing It Cheap.
Well, there. That's what I'm saying. Some of these people, they just do all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'm trying to do the KISS philosophy, folks. Keep it simple, stupid. So there's no reason to pull that off there, unless you're going to replace this with a one that's got the hump in it for the starter. This ain't going to have it. I'm going to pay an extra $20 for that feature. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these two bolts right here, which will allow me to move this ignition coil out of the way, because the flywheel is going to come off. And I just want to move that out of the way a little bit, because I don't need that magnet catching it and trying to stick to it and all that. Now, the next thing is we'll pull this nut off right here, so we get the flywheel fan and the flywheel off. And what I've got here is a 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch drive socket. Now, I'm sure it's a metric, but that fits close enough, so I'm going to use it. By the way, you don't use anti-seize on, or you don't use grease or anti-seize on a flywheel, and you don't use an impact wrench to put it back on with neither. Bust the hell out of it. All right, let me get this done. Now you can put a strap wrench on there. You can try to strike a wrench with a hammer or whatever. But that impact makes it easy. And that's all there is to it. Now this should just pull off, it does. And this only goes one way. Notice that this triangle's got a big rounded corner. Well, you got two sharp corners and a big rounded one, so remember, it can only go back one way. And I'm going to try, just tap this thing a couple of times with a rubber hammer, see if I can break it loose, instead of having to dig out a flywheel puller. This is a dead blow hammer, got full of shot. Look at that. Was that not sweet or what? Alright, you'll notice there's nothing on the inside of this flywheel. This is just a flywheel to make it run. One battery on, or one magnet on it to excite the spark. Okay. Well, looking at it, it's very nice and clean. I called the manager at Harbor Freight. I told him, I said, look, I know I bought this. It only had 5 days for me to look at it. I said, I'm putting a starter on now, and there's a lot of surface oxidation on that aluminum. But, like I said, hell, I can't complain. Pull it one time and it starts. Okay. So the next step is I've got to disconnect this wiring from that thing right there. Maybe. There we go. Just pay attention that this wire right here is the wire that goes to the coil. Now some of you young people might be saying, damn, you old man, you're awful slow. Yeah, well, hell, be 65-year-old this year. And I ain't never done this before, and I'm going to pretend that you ain't either. And if you've done it before, why in the hell are you watching my video? So, let's open up that box. I will try to remember to provide a link for y'all where you can get you one of these kits if you want it. Now, it does not come with a new shroud. I end up probably having to cut a slot in there. Alright, let's see what we got here. Ah! They sent me a box! Check it out, I got a box. Okay. Wow. And the label on it says MoFans, that's MoFans, starter motor, compliance with whatever, made in made in you know where. Yep, made in China. But by God, something that ain't made in China is my Happy Hemp product. Boy, I like them things. I guess what's to get me not to get up and go. Because, well, hell, last year I thought my get up and go done got up and went. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Oh, by the way, I saw somebody that opened up one of these, the circuit protector. That's bullshit, ain't nothing in there. Off, run, and start. Okay. And look at all the wires we get with it. Ain't that nice? All kinds of wires. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to be splicing some wires. All right. Well, looky here, looky here. Nice. Hey, at least the starter gear on here ain't made out of plastic like the ones on that damn riding lawnmowers. Oh. This one's a little different. Let me see if it's going to work. Yep. Okay. The back of this fan has 3 little tabs on it. And when you put this on there, you've got some recesses in this flywheel. See those holes? And what you got to do is 2 of these line up, and they fit in there just fine. Well, one of them don't. So you got to take a knife or a sander or saw or something and cut that little tab off. And 2 will hold it just fine because you got that big cup that goes on there. Okay. This should be our coil. Maybe a little bit of hardware. Got the keys. Why would anybody need an ignition switch for a generator? Are they afraid somebody's going to crank it up and drive off? Why can't it just be a toggle switch? You power it on and push a push button switch and it starts. When you're done, flip the toggle switch off. I don't know. I guess some people think they gotta have a key. Well, there again, this is used for a lot more than generators. They use them on go-karts and mini bikes and everything else, you know, small engine related. So yeah, I guess somebody had this on your mini bike and it was just push button start. They can just take off with it, couldn't they? Oh, and when you take your key and you turn it to the off position, it grounds it out, so you can't start it by hand neither. Well, all right. There's my little coil and some bolts. And new housing. All right. Well, let me get all this stuff moved around and then we'll try to put it together. It's just got a half a dozen little nuts and bolts. Shouldn't take me long to take it off.